This morning I am just brimming with regret, I have to say.
Could it be because, I don't know, you crashed your car in Beverly Hills on the way to Glamazon practice and I had to pick you guys up?
Mary Cherry, you're lucky you didn't kill Carmen and Brooke. What happened?
She started window shopping and smashed through Bijan of Beverly Hills.
Okay, you know what? Bijan is a close family friend. I'm sure he's just gonna let it slide, okay? Now, what I regret is that my new lipstick is shockingly the color of dung.
Do you know what I regret? The fact that Mary Cherry just let loose a silent but deadly...
I did not! I swear! It was Carmen!
It's not.
Yes,
I know. But you know what, you guys? This is a monumentous day for me because I realized talking about regret that I have nada. My junior year stormy weather has passed. I mean, George and I are doing great. Harrison is on his way to full recovery. Life is perfect. Well, your turn.
I regret not driving this Prius electric car sooner. I sleep better at night knowing I am not shooting gaseous emissions into the environment.
Too bad Mary Cherry can't say the same. Okay.
Oh my God! Let me out of this car! It was spam! I heard it! It was spam! Stinky lady!
You're a dirtbag. Oh, whatever. Okay, calm you up a bit. I regret not hearing this old school song in years.
Oh yeah! Now pump up the jam, y'all.
Hip hop, you don't stop, rock it to the bang bang, rock it to up jump, rock it to the rhythm of the boogie beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. Just me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. See, I am the one to black, and I like to say hello to the black and the white, the red and the brown, and the purple and yellow. First bang bang, the boogie to the boogie.
Turn down the music. Oh my God! There's an accident over there, even more tragic than mine.
To change my mind, you guys, I do have one regret. I regret not being able to say goodbye to April Tuna.
We'll think it over once or twice. What lasts the longest in this life? Character or rock hard fight? In the end, do you believe that beauty lies in what you see? Cause if you do, then baby, you've been deceived. Well, maybe we hate supermodels. It's just that I'm tired of being compared.
April Tuna is dead. I can't believe she's gone.
I'm never speeding again.
Ever for the grace of God. Hey, you growing a mullet?
What? No.
Looks like a mullet.
No, it's not a mullet.
I feel like, I don't know, this is just another wake-up call for me, you know? Enjoy life. Have no regrets, because you could be dead tomorrow.
Yeah, but no, it's not a mullet.
Yeah, I want to hold on to all the details of April's sad, sorry life. When they were pulling the body out, Mary Cherry said she noticed that April was wearing capped sleeves.
April Tuna was decapitated.
I can't believe the fire pie's gone and missing a head, like a Pez dispenser at a garage sale. Are you growing a mullet? No, I don't know what I'm more in shock about. Your mullet or April's demise. Both are sad but true.
The very fact that the classic Spandau Ballet song True was playing in April's car when she smashed into the tree and we didn't even notice it proves we need Friday off.
We were there and we didn't even notice that? That is horrible. We should organize our memorial as penance.
So what you're saying is you want me to lie about the death of a student we all sadly overlooked, be in denial about my true lack of feelings, and pretend we can't function so we can all get Friday off?
Yeah.
I'm on it.
True by Spandau Ballet. Song I used to slow dance to at many a frat party is a pop music hymn about eschewing regret, telling the complete truth about your life and how you're living it with no apologies.
We believe April was sending us a message about enjoying the day or days off. We're overwhelmed.
No, I can see that. Well, there's only one thing to do.
Let us off Friday.
Call a grief counselor.
Cry! Go on, do it, I said! Cry! Oh, what's the matter? You can't blubber.
Excuse me. Yes, hi, good morning.
Yes, sir, may I help you?
How you can help me is by taking this dog and pony show to the Learning Annex, where people pay good money to hear your brand of whiny self-help drivel.
Sir, allow me to introduce myself. The name is Calamity Jones. I am the grief counselor. My very first job was helping Andrew Ridgely deal with Wham's breakup. And since that time, I have counseled over 3,000 people on the subject of loss. Now, that said, I have but one request. Cry! Go on! Do it! I beg you, cry!
Calamity? Hi. Mary Cherry speaking. We're bereft. Can we have Friday off?
I'm proud of you, kiddo. You've taken that first step by admitting that the death of a student here in this high school has rocked your world. Here, have an armband. Josh Ford, is it? Well, Josh, if you're thinking about forming an 80s style tribute band to help you with your grief, say in the vein of Winger, Whitesnake, you go right ahead. You go with those feelings.
Why would I do that?
Because you have a mullet. Back on point. When I asked you to cry, you couldn't do it. You know why? Because none of you have dealt with the death of April Tuna. Now, I'm not saying that any of you actually caused the death of April Tuna. I'm not writing any murder she wrote scenario here. However, to my experienced eye, all of you, including Mr. Glass, is firmly fixed in the first stage of grief, which is denial. Now, after we work through this phase together, there are 3 more official steps to Calamity's grieving process, and that is anger, acceptance, and healing. Now, I'm going to post a non-judgmental sign-up sheet outside this classroom for those of you who are still haunted by April Tuna. Let the grieving begin.
Can I have your morning report, please?
I get what's that?
It's a government-supplied food stamp card that puts a hot meal in the guts of underprivileged kids who can't afford McMorning McMuffins.
Oh, I don't eat breakfast.
If you're not going to buy something, you should probably just move along.
I'm just gonna get this whole tray. I like your brooch.
Oh, thanks.
I'm sorry, I don't think we've been introduced. You are?
Mary Lou Parker.
Mary Lou, nice to meet you. I'm Nicole. I'm adopted. My real mother's name was Shaggy Louise Grout. She's dead. Which makes me sad because more than anything in the world, I just wanted to meet her. You know? See my face in another person's.
With no morning report, that'll be $57.50.
Right. Get the change. Michael Jackson called it, like his eyebrows back.
So, I couldn't help but notice how uncharacteristically mute you were in chemistry. Then I remembered penicillin, often used to treat gonorrhea, renders many patients lifeless and groggy. Okay, your turn. Come on, don't break our insult streak. I look forward to it.
I'm sorry, Spam. I guess I'm just not in the mood for our reindeer games today.
Anything you want to get off your considerable chest? Don't tell me you're a wreck because of April.
No, it's not because of April. It's about my mother. I am my real mother.
She's dead, I heard. I'm sorry.
I think the news of her death may be greatly exaggerated.
Lily, come on. I can't even believe we're talking about this.
Let's go over it again. The last time you went to see Barbara Jim for a haircut, what exactly did you say to him?
I said fluffy on top, a little off the sides, and don't touch the back. Why?
Okay. Face the music, Billy Ray Cyrus. You have a mullet.
I do not have a mullet. It's just a different cut for me, okay?
You've got to cut it, baby. The 80s revival is over.
Look, I don't know why you're picking on my dude, but I'm not going to cut it because for the last time, I do not have a damn mullet.
Okay, the info I submitted to Ask Mona is downloading. Nicole, I really think you're in denial here.
Yeah, I know you do, Spam. But there's no death certificate for my mother anywhere in Fontana. And secondly, I think my physical evidence speaks for itself.
Your evidence is coincidence. You and the narcoleptic lunch lady have the same ugly brooch from the 70s.
No, Spam, it's more than just a brooch. It pinned my diaper together when I was left at the Fontana Greasy Spoon. And I think she's wearing the mate as a signal. She's identifying herself and waiting for me to step forward and claim her.
You did step forward, and she did nothing.
Well, she's probably just afraid I'll reject her. Brace, Mona.
We have progress.
I think I'm just perpetuating a stage of grief you haven't moved through.
Okay, Spam, we have a deal. You'd dig for me, and I would deliver Tuna's memorial eulogy.
Okay, here goes.
Wait.
What?
Proceed.
Oh, we have good news. And we have bad news. The good news is, you're right, there is no official death certificate for Shaggy Louise Grout in California. It is possible that she changed her name to Mary Lou Parker.
And the bad news?
The bad news is there is no Mary Lou Parker registered at the DMV. Without that, we can't do a check and see if the birth year is the same as Shaggy's, etc., etc.
But I know she's my mother. I know it.
Check your mail.
Who is it, Spam?
It's Harrison. That's weird. The email is dated December 20th, 2000. It's 3 emails attached. One to me, one to his mother, and one to you.
But wasn't he sick in the hospital then? Well, it must be some kind of a joke. Read it.
Okay. In order. Dear Sam.
As I write this email to you, I would first like to set the stage. I'm looking out my prison window. It's beautiful outside. Sunny, 75, you know, typical LA December. I wish I could go outside and run around. But I can't because I'm dying. I wish is a phrase I'm tossing around a lot these days. I wish I could hold you when life is hard and no one seems to understand. I wish I told you the truth about how I feel about you when I had the chance. I love you. I love you. Right about now, you're laughing. Smiling your sweet, Sammy smile because you think I'm joking. But I'm not. I regret never telling you in the moment how I felt. But I didn't have the nerve. I was afraid you wouldn't let me back. That'd kill me. But I'm gonna die anyway, right? And I don't want to go to my grave without telling you how I feel. I love you, Sam. I know this much is true. Harrison.
Okay, what's he say about me? Why are you in my space, Spam?
I can tell Harrison's email to you is upsetting. I just dropped by to offer my sentiments of support. If Harrison said about me what he said about...
How's it feel to never lose, Spam? To always come out on top.
Get one thing straight, Nicole. I am not happy about what he said about me, okay? I am freaked about it. I'm gonna talk to him today.
Don't think for a second that I'm not gonna have a talk with your lover boy, too. Everybody at the school already thinks I'm one tough bitch. And it's time I lived up to their expectation.
You ladies seem very nervous. If that's okay, it's very difficult to talk about grief. Just remember, it's not like you actually killed April Tuna yourself.
We were sort of thinking that we did.
Girls, the police report clearly states that she did not purposely drive her car into a tree. Merely, she swerved to avoid a rogue squirrel.
But we don't believe that. We can't sleep. We can't eat.
We were the last students at Kennedy to see April alive. We had a meeting with her the day before the tragedy. We heard her last words.
And those words were?
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough, cause you notice that butt was stuffed. Deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, I wanna get hooked up and take your picture. My homeboy tried to warn me, but that butt you got makes
me so horny.
Ooh, rumpa smooth skin. You say you want...
April, what was the point of us watching that?
Thanks for asking, Brooke McQueen. My point is this. You guys suck. As cheerleaders, I mean. One of my favorite pastimes is to sit in the bleachers at games and marvel at the fact that none of you can dance. I've seen paraplegics bust better moves.
April, we've worked really hard on our routines.
You're taking this the wrong way, Carmen Ferreira. I'm offering criticism with a happy ending. My proposal is this. Let me be the official choreographer of the Glamazons. Let me help you hide your lack of Paula Abdul prowess by adding kicky novelty dances to the mix.
April, thanks. But no thanks. Do you know what? I feel so much better now.
Oh, me too, Brookie. visualizing that haunting scene has made me realize something I must have glossed over in my grief. April was an irritating person with no value. Jerry, April had value, but I do realize through recounting that story that we didn't really do anything wrong. Right, Calamity?
Miss Calamity, is something wrong?
Yes, your horrible, elitist behavior. Oh, I'm angry with you, girl, very angry. And if you think that I am just going to blindly absolve you of your behavior and let you just step over this poor unfortunate child's life, well, you are sadly mistaken.
I'm just gonna assume that this means we don't get Friday off.
Wow, did hell freeze over?
No, the only reason we're sitting with this thingamadig is because we had grief homework from Calamity.
She said that we had to socialize with one Kennedy High outcast that was in the April vein, so that if they crashed a car driving home from school today, that their last memory would be a happy one, not one of grief. Lily, what's wrong?
Just sitting here seeing how happy you guys have made Emery simply by including him in a daily ritual that we take for granted. I suddenly feel horrible about what Josh and I did to April. I am so angry at myself.
Sammy, well, to what do I owe this honor? I haven't dined with you since October. What did George skip the bread line and decided to hit the old weight room instead?
Is that why you wrote me that email? You're jealous of George?
What email?
Okay. Maybe these words will jog your memory. Dear Sam, I love you. I know this much is true. Harrison.
Sam. That was so a joke. April Fools. Can you imagine if that had actually been, if I had actually gone to that desperate place of regret and actually meant those things? I mean, can you imagine if I was like erasing all my deathbed musings and accidentally hit send? I mean, really.
That's what you did?
Yeah. That's what I did.
Do you
still think that I love you? Honestly? Yes.
Harrison, I'm with George.
I've known you longer.
I'm dating George.
I know you better.
I'm so angry with you right now, Harrison.
Why?
You've just ruined a wonderful friendship.
Thank you for interrupting your lunch to see us, Calamity.
How can I help you today?
It's about April. We need to tell you what we did to her.
Oh, wait. Hold it. Okay. Shoot. Why are you angry?
I am angry because we wouldn't let her join us for Love Plus One. It started a month ago, April's bizarre love for us. One day, out of the blue, she plopped down and said,
"Greetings, Josh Ford, Lily E. I was wondering if you'd like to form a menage."
April, I'm getting a C in Spanish. No el comprende.
April, do you even know what that word means? That's inappropriate.
Jeez, does she use 5-syllable words like that in bed? Bring it!
We just got up and left. Josh. She followed like a stray looking for a handout. Looking back, she was lonely.
A stiff drink and a rodeo dog. She gets it too hot and
Obviously, she was one of those people who didn't know how to communicate.
fake eyelashes and a licorice whips. Squeaky clean teeth and a freaky mystique. You stay one night, you can't walk for a week.
I should have dug deeper with her. Saw the loneliness instead of using her weirdness as an excuse to flake. I want to turn our grief into something constructive. I propose leaving donation cans in the cafeteria so that people like us who ignored her can contribute to the newly formed April Tuna Scholarship Fund.
Lily, I think you're taking this thing way too far.
Really? Why is that, Billy Ray?
People like April are just freakouts, and you can't protect them from the real world.
But April dying says to me we should at least try, Josh. You are a better person than this, Josh. Maybe your mullet has drained your intelligence. It is, after all, the hairstyle of the Cro-Magnon man.
Hey, lay off the mullet. What do you think, Miss Jones?
Hey, Nancy boy! I've been looking for you all day. You got something to say to me, tough guy? Say it to my face.
Oh, God. Oh, not you too.
What do you think the student body would do when they realized that their beloved cancer survivor, Harrison, he of noble heart, wrote such horrible filth about the very person who went through a spinal tap to save his life? Yeah, you wouldn't survive it.
Look, Nicole, you're hurt. You're angry. I get it.
No, you don't. You're just seeing the tip of my acid iceberg, and my anger is zeroed in on you. Next. Everybody seems to be speaking their minds these days and spewing their regrets, so here goes. Look, I know who you are. You're my mother. You don't want to face me, fine, but just drop the stupid non sequiturs and the dumbass act because I am on to you, Shaggy Louise.
Look, kid, I'm not your mother, okay?
That's just fine then, because I will never bother you again. Have a nice life, Shaggy, and take a wild guess where you can shove your diaper pin.
Breakfast.
Brooke, I have a problem and I need your advice. What do you do when your best friend reveals they're in love with you?
Harrison finally told you. That's what I'll tell him. You know, I think that good friends make the best boyfriends. They know you, everything about you. And that's what true intimacy is.
Yeah, but sometimes the leap from friend to love object goes wrong, and then the friendship is ruined, and I don't want to risk that.
Well, sounds like he does, and maybe you just have to accept that. You know what? I think we've got the makings of a perfect omelet. Oh, got it? Got it. Okay. Ooh, ah, ow.
April Tuna, we barely even knew you.
Tragic, isn't it?
Very. Man, I couldn't even sleep last night. I just kept thinking of how I was mean to April.
I noticed how your hairstyle, your mullet, it's caused the dissolvement of your partnership with the fair Lily. It has led to taunting, the likes of which even I have never seen.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? I guess I just have to accept I have a mullet, huh? I mean, I was flipping through TV last night and I came across John Stamos from a late 80s rerun of Full House. I have his hair, man. I can't deny it any longer.
That's why I'm here, to help you accept it. And all of us in the Mullet Brotherhood should stand tall and bond. Same like the club.
What do you mean us?
Tick-tock, set the clock. April Tuna's memorial is 2 hours of counting. Then the whole school will know you for what you really are, Harrison. A big, fat, evil creep.
Listen up, and welcome to the first ever meeting of the Kennedy High Mullets, a secret society dedicated to the modern mullet-wearing man with mullitude. Mullets, what is our Brotherhood catchphrase?
Reach your mark for us!
Thank you. Now, without further ado, here's the president of our mullethood, Master Joshua Ford. Josh.
Hi, my name is Josh Ford, and I've got a mullet.
Hi, Josh!
Here's my story. All week long, people have given me a hard time about my hairstyle, and I've let them. Well, no more, man. You think we're outsiders? Think again. Because we're in good superpower company. Guess who else has a mullet? That's right. Wow! And our New York Cholo brothers have mullets. So what does this tell us? This tells us that we truly do have the rock and do of the gods.
I hear you.
So out of respect for April Tuna and her death, we are going to march into that memorial, and we are going to show this school that we love and respect and accept our mullets and ourselves.
Wrong!
You first. You still mad at me?
No, Harrison, I was never really angry. I was just a little...
Shut.
Yeah?
Look, Sam, I don't want to sell you on how to feel. But I think if you just give us a chance that it could work, I think we'd have a great relationship.
Harrison, we're best friends.
But we could be more than that. I need an answer, Sam. So do you. You can't just have this hangout there. I don't want to pressure you, but after the memorial, I'd really like to know where you think this is going. And whether you accept my offer to be together.
Next up to speak, the Vice President of the Kennedy High Mullet Hood Nation, Emery Dick.
April Tuna dying was the best thing that has ever happened to me. Her passing is the best thing that has happened to a lot of us. Sam, who organized this fete, told me that if I was going to speak, I had to tell a story of my most fond memory of April. Now, without question, that memory is...
Knock, knock.
Oh, balderdash. Who's there?
Me, in the janitor's closet. Meet me there at 4 after school, because I'm gonna get me some fruitage.
I have no idea what a fruitage was. Was it a sorbet?
Hey, Dick, did you happen to see the main headline in the new Omni Times? No? It said I'm gonna get me some fruitage at 4 o'clock. Be there.
Needless to say, I never went to that janitor's closet, but if she would only come back, I think I would act differently. I'd show up. I'd give April her fruitage. And I know I'm not alone. I think all of us would give April, if she were somehow rebuilt like Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman, what we deprived her of: attention and understanding. Godspeed, April.
Our final speaker, Ms. Nicole Julian.
Good afternoon. I'd like to begin today with something that was written to me, about me. They wrote in part, "Dear Nicole, you are the biggest bitch I have ever known. You are the splinter in a finger that won't come out, the pus in a pimple on an otherwise perfect complexion. If you have children, I fear for their lives, for they will no doubt turn into corrupt, hideous monsters just like you." I was going to reveal the person who wrote that letter. But today I am choosing, perhaps for the first time, to take the higher road. Because what they wrote, and I can't deny this, it's true. I have to accept that I don't really have a connection with my family. And so I strike out at all of you to get attention. I have to accept that I will never find my birth mother. The turning moment for me was when I saw April Tuna's shrine. But I realized staring at it that if I died, still so angry, that nobody would even care. And I don't want that. I want...
Hey! What the hell is going on here?
Lily, we need to talk.
Oh, hi, Rick James. Did you come to demonstrate some more sexist mullet behavior, like, oh, I don't know, slapping me upside the head with a skillet, or did you... Oh, baby, you cut your mullet.
Yeah. Well, there comes a time in every man's life when he has to choose between his hair and his woman. And when it came down to my white man's Jerry curl or you, I chose you, Lily.
Oh, Josh, you look so...
Cute again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Also, Lily, I was wrong in therapy. You know, you were right. I think people in the positions of power have an obligation to protect people who society mistreats, you know, like Emery and April. And that's why me and the Mullet Club, now which I'm an emeritus member, well, we raised $500 for the Tuna Scholarship Foundation.
Josh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, The mullets didn't get this money through strong-arm hooligan mullet tactics, did they?
Do as we say!
No, I don't think so. Easy, watch the hair, baby.
I'm sorry the lunch lady's not your real mom, Nicole.
Yeah, well, you live and learn, huh?
Also, I need to give you props for not outing me.
Yeah, I get it. Moving on to the healing phase.
I have something for you.
We already covered this stud, okay? I'm not interested in doing the dirty with you. Okay.
Seriously. You know how you said you felt sad because you realized that you were given up and it made you feel like you weren't connected to anything? Well, I realized that you are connected to somebody. Me. Forever. Because of that marrow transplant, your river runs through me, Nicole. Here.
What's this?
Well, I found 2 of them at a garage sale. There's one for you, one for me. They have superpowers. We can wear them, we don't have to say a word. And then when you see me wearing it in the hall, then you'll know that you're connected to somebody. Well, I'll see you around.
Harrison, good luck with spam. Want a cigarette? We're not allowed to smoke in here.
Oh, really? Oh, well. That's too bad, because I really need one. Here. Take your diaper pin back.
It's not a diaper pin, Mary Lou. It's just a fantasy I made up. That didn't come true.
Well, actually, it is a diaper pin. And it's Jackie. Jackie Louise.
All clear. That was not bad. In fact, it was awesome.
Lucky for you, the news of my death has been greatly exaggerated.
April, if it wasn't your body that was carted away from that horrific car crash, whose was it?
According to the police, she was a drug addict named Nellie Gustav. And I say rotten hell, Nellie. Not only did she steal and total my car, but the resulting crash destroyed my best of gotcha goo-goo tape.
April, few people get a chance to repair their regrets.
That being said, I'd like to be your escort to this year's junior prom.
Really? I get to go to a prom?
If you'll have me and my mullet.
I'd love that, Sir Galahad.
Hey, April, good news.
Great timing, Lily. What?
Well, Josh and the Mullets have raised over $500 to start the April Tuna Scholarship Foundation.
You guys, that's so sweet.
This is a most spectacular day.
It gets better.
Carmen Ferreira, Mary Cherry, Audrey Hepburn, Brooke. You're talking to me publicly. To what do I owe the honor?
I think I speak on behalf of all the Glamazons when I say
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Now when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough,
I can't believe my baby is the choreographer of the Glamazons.
I know, it's a dream come true. I should have died years ago.
and take your picture. My homeboy tried to warn me, but that butt you got makes me so horny.
So, word has it true by the ballet wasn't April's regret anthem after all. Apparently it should have been Kajagoogoo's Too Shy to Shine.
Which you have been today. I know. I need to know what it's gonna be.
Harrison, please don't do this. You yourself admitted you sending that email was a big mistake, which means that you've had second thoughts.
I lied. I didn't mean to send the attached one to Nicole. But the one I sent to you, I sent that Monday on purpose.
Who?
You know, there was all this talk about denial swirling around, and I realized that I don't want to be in that state anymore with you. And the reason that I'm so forthright and so stupid about my feelings is that when I almost died, I realized that love is all that matters. Sam, choose. Dying here
Okay. Okay, if it's gonna be that cut and dried. Then I have to choose George. Harrison, don't do this. Okay, look, this is horrible, but we can fix this. I mean, we can go on and we can still be best friends.
You know, maybe you can, Sam, but I can't. You made your decision. Now I have to make mine. And, I can't see you every day with him. I can't talk to you about stupid, superficial things when what I really want to say is why couldn't you have at least tried with me?
So, what are you saying? That's it? We're over completely? You regretfully never want to speak to me again?